What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Married to Reality. I'm your co-host, John, here with my wife and co-host. She loved when I gave her the yammy and the fertilizer. Next up is the power bike. It's the one and only Teresa.
Ew, and hello, everyone.
What?
How's everyone doing?
What do you mean, ew? You loved when I gave you the fertilizer.
I just hate that you call it that way, like freaking Usman. Ew.
What?
Ew.
I know what the yammy is.
I think it's all his penis, by the way.
The fertilizer is his penis?
Yeah, he makes babies, not with Kim.
Oh.
What else do you think it was?
You're so
A
smart.
magic stick that fertilizes people?
I was thinking of...
I mean, that's exactly what it is.
No, I was thinking of how cows fertilize things.
How?
I'm not going to say it because this is not that type of podcast.
All right.
Why is it the power bike?
Don't cows bang?
Yeah, but how they fertilize the land.
Oh, they poop.
Yes.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if that had something to do with
Ew,
it.
no, I don't think so. I think
What's-
it's all that are nicknames for his penis. That's why I was like, ew, because all I picture is Kim and Usman.
Yeah, the power bike? How does that make sense?
I don't know.
I can see the pogo stick.
Ew.
That would... Yammy? Classic. Fertilizer? Questionable. Power bike?
I mean, the yammy just makes it look fat and uneven.
All right, here we go. We're getting to this podcast quicker than ever because I don't need to hear Teresa go through descriptions of each of these things. All right.
I mean, you know yams.
I know the yam. Here we go.
All right.
Guys, welcome to the podcast. We are here to talk about Happily Ever After, Season 7, Episode 3. But before we do, a little housekeeping. Gotta do it. Follow us on Instagram at Married to Reality Pod. It's a fantastic time over there. We share memes, we share reels, we share news, and we talk to you guys.
We share it all. We talk to you guys. Come over to the dark side.
Why is it the dark side?
It's not.
I think it's a fun...
It's a fun. Come
fun
over.
place to hang.
Come over to the fun side.
Don't scare people away from the Instagram. Social media can be a dark place. I don't think our page.
No, our page is very positive.
It's very so positive.
Very friendly, very positive. Just news
Come
and
on over
memes
there.
and reels, whatever John just said.
Married to Reality Pod on Instagram. Also, another ray of sunshine on the internet, a bright spot on the internet, I think so, is the Patreon, patreon.com/married to reality. And it's about to get a whole lot brighter because the Single Life will be dropping there very soon. Full disclosure, today is Monday. So the Single Life premieres tonight. And then you will get our coverage of it, our recap of it, our thoughts on it. You'll get that Wednesday.
Yes. Usually our pods on the Patreon drop on Tuesdays,
Yes.
but because of John's travels,
I
they're
think that's the
slightly behind.
plan. Yeah, I think from here on out or from next week on out, Tuesday will be the Patreon day.
Yeah, that's what you guys are used to. But this week is just going to be delayed by one day and one day only.
A little backed up. We're a little backed up.
A little backed up.
So, yes, Wednesday you will get the Single Life coverage. And then also coming very soon to a Patreon near you, our Patreon, you'll be getting Love is Blind After the Altar. That premieres September 16th. And so very shortly after that, you'll hear our thoughts on that.
Woohoo!
A lot happening on the Patreon, patreon.com/married to reality. It's the place to be.
Was that Love is Blind in Chicago? It was, right?
That's a fantastic question.
I'm pretty sure there was a Chicago edition.
Were they both? One was Chicago for
One
sure.
was Atlanta. That was the first one.
Oh, okay.
So
Well,
this one was Chicago, the Windy City.
the Windy City, not named the Windy City because of weather, actually.
The politics, guys.
Named the Windy City
politics.
because of the political climate. Mm-hmm. Yes. All right. That is the Patreon, patreon.com/married to reality. Get over there. Check it out. We're having a lot of fun over there. Also, make sure you're following the podcast wherever you're listening right now. Okay? It doesn't have to be on the Patreon. You can listen to it on Apple, Spotify, TuneIn, and Stitcher. You won't get the premium content, but you'll get this podcast you're listening to right now. So make sure you're following along. It's so easy to do. You just look down, smash that follow button.
Guys, smash it like as hard as Yara's green card interview.
Woo! Hot.
It's a big day. I've been there, done that. It's a big deal.
I've been there, done that too.
Well, yes.
How dare you? You wouldn't have been there to do it without me.
That's very true.
So don't push me to the
Actually,
side.
it was more about you than me.
It was.
If you think about it.
I think we'll have a lot to talk about when we get to that section because it was very reminiscent of our experience. I didn't open the letter without you, Jovi.
True.
Okay, I thought that was something we should do together. But other than that, the worries they had, the conversations they had, very reminiscent of our time.
But I know your favorite color.
As a young foreign, it's beige. It's beige. So yes, smash it like it's as hot as a green card interview. And last but not least, something that is as hot, if not hotter, than a green card interview is a review. Not an interview, but a review.
All right.
And I have one I would love to read because we read all the 5-star reviews over here. And I got one. This one comes to us from our friend Kiki Lee Meador.
Hello, Kiki.
Kiki, do you love me? Yeah, I think she does love us, judging by this review. It is titled Married to Reality is What's Hot. Oh, hello, Kiki.
Ooh, smash it like it's as hot as us.
So smash the follow button. 5 stars. Kiki writes, I adore listening to Married to Reality. I will forever call something a G thing. If you know, you know. That's a Teresa. That's a Teresa word. I think you thought it was a G thong or a G string.
Yeah, G-string.
It's a G thing now. And Kiki writes, I listen to Reality Gaze, Pink Shade, and Cray Cray as well. And I was screaming at all of them for not pointing out that Emily drove Kobe to Salina for their night together. None of them mentioned how messed up that was not to stay in KC for the night. Teresa was just as appalled as I was, and I felt seen.
I love that.
Okay? Love you guys. Thanks for keeping the laughs coming. Thank you, Kiki. We love you.
What a great review.
This review is what's hot. Smash it like it's as hot as Kiki's review.
Yes. Thank you, Kiki. I love it. I love that you referenced it because, yes, you sure did.
All right. Thank you so much for that, Kiki. And thank you to everyone who has left a review or who will leave a review. We love. And we love when you leave that love.
Thank you.
All right. Let's do 90 Day By the Way. Let's do a little 90 Day By the Way if you're ready.
I'm ready. Go for it.
Number 1, big news in the podcast world. Big news, Teresa.
Okay.
Molly and Cynthia, who some would consider to be the queens of pillow talk, not me, but some would consider them to be the queens of pillow talk. They now have their own podcast.
They do?
They do.
All right.
It is called Stinky and Hooch.
What do they cover? 90
Which is my
Day?
nickname in high school. Here's what they cover. I'm going to decipher what they cover because they premiered their first episode today, actually, Monday, September 12th. It's on YouTube. It's also on the podcast platform of your choice. And there's like a little intro song, and it's a bit of a rap. And one of the lines is, talking titties just outside the city.
Okay.
So if you guys aren't familiar, they have their own bra shop.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Right. And so that's where they're recording the pod from. And the description of the podcast is discussing everything from feminine hygiene, fitting fiascos, and client confessions. This is the real, the raw, the Stinky and Hooch show.
All right. That's interesting.
It's interesting. All
I
right.
wonder if they cannot cover 90 Day because of the pillow talk.
Yeah, I don't think they can.
Yeah.
I was surprised to hear that they had a pod because usually they sign these contracts that say you can't do anything outside of your contract with another platform or anything like that. And so, yeah, they have their own podcast now, and I think we'll see where it goes. I'm not going to be a listener, but you may be.
Yeah, but it's not going to be about 90 Day. So
That's
it's
why.
okay that they have a podcast.
That's why I'm not going to be a listener, though, because I'm not into the titty talk.
All right.
Yeah, you may be. You may be into
Once I get the fake ones.
You may be into the titty talk, then they can fit you. It'll be...
Yeah, I feel like whatever they're fitting, it's not going to fit me.
Yeah. The first episode is titled, If We Smell Ya, We Gotta Tell Ya. I feel like this is going to be a very crass, disgusting podcast, and that's not who I am.
What does it mean? Like smelly vaginas?
Maybe under boob sweat. Maybe
Ew.
smelly under boob sweat.
Why would you even think of that?
Because they're talking boobs. They're talking bras.
Why would you think of an under boob sweat?
I'll tell you off there.
What?
It's not a woman's under boob sweat. It's a man's under boob sweat.
Oh.
Yeah. I'll tell you some other time.
Guys, John doesn't have any, but...
Boobs or under boobs.
Yeah.
I sweat everywhere else except for under the boobs. Dry. Bone dry under the boobs. All right. That's, by the way, number one. I'm telling you, I tried to listen to a few minutes of it. I couldn't. I don't think I'm the target audience. So
I don't think you are either, yeah.
I don't think they're too upset to lose me as a listener. But if you want to be a listener, if you're interested, Google or YouTube The Stinky and Hooch Show.
I might give it a shot.
Give it a shot.
Even though, as I said, their bras would not fit me.
You could
would
use
not
it.
hit my head. I could use it as a hat.
You could use it as a sleeping bag or like a hammock, probably. We'll hang it up from door to door. You can get in there like a hammock. Anyways, talking titties outside the city. Go check it out. All right. By the way, number two, here's something I might actually listen to.
Did you find Libby singing?
Did you read my notes?
I did not, but I also found her singing because I was curious.
Well, then, there's no surprise here. But yes, we didn't get any Libby and Entree this week. So I thought, wouldn't it be fun to hear a little Libby? We talked about it last week. She wants to become a huge singer. She's got big dreams of becoming a lullaby star. And Teresa, you dismissed those dreams. And I said, well, she's pretty good. And you said, I'll believe it when I hear it.
Exactly. So
All
let's
right.
hear it. Let's hear it together.
I found a clip. It's about 10 years old. And so we could hope she's gotten better over time, or she stayed the same, or she's gotten rusty. I don't know. But I have this clip. It's about a minute long.
All right.
And we can listen together. Okay?
All right, let's do it.
This is Libby giving an audition and singing her little heart out. Here we go. Take it away, Libby.
Hi, my name is Elizabeth Podhas, and I'm with Monarch Talent Agency.
Go ahead.
Everywhere I'm turning, oh, nothing seems complete. I stand up and I'm searching
Little vibrato right there.
for the better part of me.
Little flat right there.
I hang my head from sorrow. I'm slave to humanity. I wear it on my shoulders. I gotta find the strength in me because I am a superwoman. Oh yes, I am.
Yes, you are.
Oh yes, she
Yes, I
is. Cause even when I'm a mess, I still put on a vest with an S on my chest. Oh, yes, I'm a superwoman.
All right, went a little
Yes, I am.
off book right there, but
Yep.
all right, you get the idea. Libby, ladies and gentlemen, Libby.
It wasn't that bad.
She should have. I would have, if I was her instructor, if I was giving her any pointers before this audition, I would say, tighten it up. I don't think you need to go into that freestyle rap at the
Why
end.
not?
Because that's where she lost me. In the beginning, it came out pretty strong.
Yeah, it's much better than I expected. I literally thought that she cannot sing or she can do the lullabies like most moms can, right?
Right.
But this is pretty good. All right, Libby, you can sing. So why don't you want to sing on the show for us?
I think she may. I know, but I'm surprised because, 10 years ago she was singing, auditioning, doing her thing. And
What was this audition for?
I don't know. Not really sure at all.
Like a movie?
Maybe a play.
Yeah.
Maybe
That
a
sounds like a
movie.
play.
I don't know. But there you go. I think she can sing better than most. Not better than most professionals. Worse than most professionals. But she can sing better than your average bear.
True. I would probably hate her if she sang karaoke at her bar.
Yeah, you'd be like, enough. We get it. You can
Yeah.
sing. Yeah. So that's Libby. That's, by the way, couple things for you guys to listen to. All right? Now you can listen to us talk about this episode. Episode 3 of Happily Ever After, ?
Question mark as always.
It's a big question mark for some of these couples.
For all of these couples.
Head scratcher for this first one. Kim and Usman, Soulja Boy, King of Africa. Did you see Kim put a Soulja Boy t-shirt in her backpack. She's packing, right? She's going to Nigeria to meet Usman and the fam. She didn't want to travel in style. She didn't want to wear a Soulja Boy t-shirt for a risk of turbulence and spilling on her shirt, but she put it in her backpack for easy access. For the minute she touched down, she could slip into that thing.
Also, it's fresh after you spend 20 hours on a plane. You probably want to freshen up if you're meeting someone like that.
Very true. We've seen the Darcy
all,
Dash.
Oh, yeah, Darcy. All of them do that.
But don't you think she's probably got enough? She could spare a shirt. She could wear one in the air and then have a fresh one for when she touches down.
She doesn't want to waste her shirts.
I wonder,
Gee.
do you think, and I think I know the answer to this, do you think she actually loves the shirts and loves repping Usman? Or part of their agreement for her to be more than just a potential, for her to be a fiancé or wife, is you always have to wear my shirt. It's publicity.
No, she loves the shirts.
She loves wearing the shirts?
Oh, she loves the shirts.
Okay.
She loves it because she wears them around San Diego. Well, how
But
does
that's what I'm saying.
Usman know?
Because he's trying to break into the American market. Is he like,
Yeah.
if you want to be more than a potential, you got to slip into something with my face
Well,
on
she
it.
is more than potential now. A. B. There is a Soulja Boy in America. So if he wants to get onto the American market,
Yeah.
he has to change his name 100%. There's no way
I don't
he
think
can.
he can change his name now. He's got actually too much brand equity in this.
So he cannot like.
He's got more notability than the original Soulja Boy at this point.
True for the 90-day community.
Fair. That's a good point. That's a good
But
point.
I don't know. Would the Drake do a duet with him because Drake is a 90-day fan?
Caesar,
Who
hook it
knows?
up. Chantel, hook it up. Let's see. You know who's not a fan of Soulja Boy initially?
It's Jamal.
Jamal doesn't even listen to Soulja Boy.
I mean, he said he has, but like
No, I don't
he
think
said, I have never really.
Right,
That
never-
means like
He doesn't wanna
maybe like a little bit, and that was over it.
Well, we're gonna change that immediately, Jamal.
Oh yeah.
You say, you
is
say.
Is it you say? It's
Don't
not listen.
play no game. No, I think it's you say, you say.
I said it was listen. Oh, it makes more sense. You say.
Don't play no game. Right now, I care for you, girl. I like how it's right now, I care for you. Not always and forever. It's like right now, when I could benefit from this relationship, I care for
He
you.
knows what. That's not even her song. It's her favorite song.
I thought that was her song.
I don't think so.
No. Yeah, that's the Internet Girl song.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it about her? I
think
thought it was
she's-
about. No, there is Zara.
There's
you're right.
Zara.
And there's the
There's the
baby girl
BGL.
Lisa.
I think this is her song.
Really? I
Yeah.
thought that she just said. No, she didn't say it's my song. She said that's my favorite song.
I think because it's about her. I see you right now on the Internet Girl. Or something about Internet Girl.
I
She's
think
the Internet.
he's seen a lot of internet girls.
Fair enough. And I'm sure he's presented it to other women and said, this is about you.
Probably.
But I think I could be wrong. Calling, guys. I think it's supposed to be about her.
All right. Well,
wrong.
she's like very proudly dancing and singing, saying, "That's my boyfriend."
And Jamal was actually into it.
Well, he said he's not that bad.
Right. Which means I'm going to translate. It's actually pretty good, but I don't want to admit it. I don't want to seem too like I'm too big
I mean,
of a fan.
he's not that bad. Let's just be honest.
Soulja was not that bad.
No, he's much better than Libby.
Well, we haven't heard an original. We haven't heard a Libby original, but he is better than Tariq. Hot sauce.
Well, that's just horrible.
I'm trying to think who else is done.
Oh, that was the guy. Where was he from? He did the rap for his lady.
Tariq
like the
did one.
studio. No, that was a different one. Yes, Tariq did too. But it was another one.
Oh. That's
Oh
a
my
lot of-
gosh, guys, you probably know who I'm talking about. It's
lot
like
of
older
musicians.
90 Day, like one of the first seasons, if not the first
Do you remember
season.
the country the foreigner was from?
I'm going to say Philippines, but I might be so wrong.
That's Tariq. Come on.
No. That's also Tariq.
All right. I don't remember then. But there's been a ton
It
of...
was so cheesy. Like he invited her to the studio. Like he
wish
was
I
like this smaller guy.
I wish I could remember, but
Ah,
it's okay. The one who's actually getting closest to making a name for himself is Soulja Boy. He's
True.
He is doing it. So they're on their way to the airport. And speaking of shirts, not that Jamal was wearing a Soulja Boy shirt, but
No.
quite a cooler piece of clothing. He was wearing a Dunder Mifflin hoodie.
Yes, that's something we would wear.
The people, persons, paper, people. Dunder Mifflin.
We love The Office.
Yeah, he was trying to hide it.
Our favorite
though.
show.
He was trying to hide it, but I spotted it. I was like, that's Dunder Mifflin.
You think he was trying to hide it on purpose? Because
Yeah, I don't-
they would have to blur it,
I
maybe.
think so.
Yeah.
But I know the font,
Because we know The Office so well.
like the back of our hands. So Kim gets dropped off at the airport. Emotional goodbye. And she's like, I say goodbye to one big baby to see my other big baby.
Ah.
Don't compare your son to your.
I mean, they're more or
Hopeful.
less the same age.
I know, that's why it makes it even weirder. You're looking at them
Well-
as the same as their one baby for another baby. It's like,
She means it like a baby, but sure.
all right.
But yeah, she's ready to take off and hit the road or hit the wings all the way to Nigeria.
Yeah, where we see Usman getting all freshened up for Gimbali's arrival. He wants to look his best for his queen.
Did you see his license plate?
I think it says Soulja Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm telling you, everything is about publicity for him. That's why I'm saying he's obviously on the show for publicity. I don't think he's on
Yeah.
the show to show his love. He might have written into the contract that, okay, if you want to be the first wife, you have to always rep the brand. You always have to wear a T-shirt, no matter where. It's free publicity.
I genuinely think that she just freaking likes it. Imagine you are in your mid-50s and now you're dating this young rapper. Wouldn't you want to flex it a little bit? You put it on a shirt and people ask, hey, who is this guy? Oh, that's my boyfriend. He's an international superstar, Soulja Boy, a.k.a. Usman, a.k.a. Yammy Yam, a.k.a. whatever.
Fertilizer.
Yes.
AKA the electric bike.
She's proudly wearing it.
Okay. All right. So they decided to share a hotel room this time because according to Usman, now the most important thing in a relationship is for a man and a woman to have sex.
And also because she's not a potential anymore. I mean, let me rephrase it. She is still a potential, but now she's a potential fiancé.
Right.
She graduated from a potential girlfriend to a girlfriend, and now she's a potential fiancé.
So much potential.
So much potential.
Did you notice Usman gets to the airport? Mm-hmm. Everyone backs in to parking spots in Nigeria, I think.
Really?
At least at the airport, unless it's a rule at the airport. When he pulled in, he was backed in, and every car in that lane was backed in.
I mean, after I saw how everyone's driving in Nigeria, I would probably also want to back in so I can easily get out.
I guess. But I was just like, oh, that's really interesting. I should have researched it if just backing in is more common. But that was the first thing I noticed. I was like, oh my God, everyone's backed in.
I saw that he backed in, but I didn't look
Yeah.
at the rest.
The other cars around were backed in.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I noticed that. And then also I saw, of course, he didn't show up empty-handed this time.
No, he brought 2 stuffed animals.
Just what every 50-year-old woman wants, I'm sure. Is 2. It looks like he just got back from the bowling alley and he'd won them from the claw machine.
Yes, it was like a stuffed orange panda and a stuffed penguin. Why?
Was it a panda? I thought it was a raccoon.
No, I think it was the orange panda.
Oh, one of them reminded me of Ricky Raccoon.
Yeah,
my
I know,
stuffed
but
animal.
there is an orange panda. It actually exists.
Okay. So
Yeah, I don't think they have raccoons in
Nigeria?
Africa, in Nigeria. Do you think raccoons made it all the way there?
Yeah. What do you think? They're exclusive to America?
No, we have raccoons in Czech.
Okay, then.
But I feel like I don't see raccoons in Africa. There are other animals.
Okay. I think there are raccoons in more places than you would think, but you are entitled to your opinion.
I mean, I don't know. I'm not the raccoon, right?
No, or a raccoon specialist or any animal specialist, really.
I did hit a raccoon with my car once.
Oh, boy.
But he was basically dead. He was in the middle of the road.
Okay.
Moving on.
Moving on to Kim getting off the plane, now wearing a fresh, crisp, starched Soulja Boy t-shirt.
Oh, yeah.
Soulja Boy sees himself on that shirt, runs for an embrace, and They kiss in public.
He's really trying to get the green card going.
He's I'm telling you, I think maybe he's like, wear this shirt so that when I look at you, I'm actually attracted to you because I see myself.
I'm just curious.
There's nothing more that turns him on than the idea of himself.
I'm just curious, why didn't she wear the shirt that she's going to give it to him with both of them?
Ira, that's a good point. Well, it's a gift, but she could wear a
She
version
could
of it as
just,
well.
she could hand it to him right at the airport.
What do you mean? She gave him one shirt with their photo on it.
Yeah, but why isn't she wearing it?
She's wearing a different shirt.
Yeah, but why isn't she wearing a shirt with the two of them? Why only with him?
I don't know. One of a kind.
That's for sure.
I like how they end up each holding one stuffed animal. Because Soulja Boy was kind of thinking probably, you know what, I'm actually going to keep this raccoon. I'm going to keep this one for myself.
It's a red panda.
I'm going to keep this red panda. Because you think, oh, here's two. First of all, buying two is a little strange. But then he was like, no, one for you, one for me.
Well, that would have been okay if he bought like two dogs. One, like the lady in Trump, those dogs eating spaghetti and then they kiss. Like those like dogs that go together, or like two cats that go together, or two random animals, like two penguins, right? Two penguins because penguins love each other forever.
I got it. Otters that hold hands.
True, otters, yeah.
Right.
Like a penguin, I'm pretty sure the penguin had a hat. And then the red panda, what does it even mean?
I don't know. I'm telling you, I think he just got back from laser tag and hit the claw before he picked.
I just think he went to visit his nieces and swapped it.
That's probably true too. So they get back to the hotel. Soulja Boy is ready for fun time. He orders a few drinks from room service and tells the bellhop to lock the door behind him.
Ooh, all right.
And then Kim whips out the gifts that she brought.
It's not as juicy as last time because we see the shirt with both of them on it.
Yes.
And Soulja Boy seems to love it.
Of course.
And then the couple's bracelet, something with a king and a queen.
Her king, his queen.
Cheesy alert.
I had to think far too long about her king and his, like, who wears what.
That's true.
But he wears her king.
Yeah.
And then she would wear his queen. It should say potential queen. But it's too many letters. There's probably a limit.
Yeah,
so it's just
it should have just say king, the king, and a potential queen. Yeah.
So then we get an education. This is where we learn about the yammy, the fertilizer, the power bike, the African ingredient. The list, I'm sure, goes on.
But before we heard that, Soulja Boy mentioned that last time Kim came, she brought a laptop, she brought a PS5. She always shows up with gifts.
Yes.
And I can see the disappointment on his face.
Well, I'm telling you, we know she went recently.
That's true.
They didn't film it. She brought the latest and greatest. She brought the new iPhone, the new MacBook.
Probably.
I'm sure this was a more, it's the thought that counts gesture. But you know she brought the goods the last time.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Why what?
Why would she? I mean, we don't know if she brought it, but I can see her doing it. Why would you waste your money? Isn't he a famous rapper?
He drives a nice car.
Buy yourself an iPhone. Yeah, he's driving a Mercedes. Get yourself an iPhone,
but
dude.
It's what a mother does for a son. They get them the latest PS5. They get them a cell phone. My mom used to buy me all the electronics I needed. And
really?
Yes.
I had to beg my parents and wait and work hard for it.
Well, yeah, I had to do that too, but that's where it came from. Those are the gifts. Those are the gifts. And so she's used to giving her babies, as she says, these gifts.
I mean, this gift is more appropriate for a couple.
Yes.
So it's good.
And so then Kim gives her gifts. I think Usman, now he's like, all right, I guess I got to return the favor. And he mounts her in bed. And he seemed very into it this time.
Very into it.
Right?
It's almost like I'm pretty sure he watched some porn before, hyped himself up, and now he's ready.
But apparently they didn't. Yeah, they didn't bang because we cut to the next day and Kim's like, last night was boring. I didn't get any yammy. And this is a lost in translation thing because Usman goes, You'll get it in the rear.
I don't get that.
That's what I thought he was talking about, the fertilizer. But
It's the same thing.
you'll get it in the rear?
No, the fertilizer and the yam is the same thing.
I know. But you'll get it in the rear, to me, sounds like you'll get it in the ass.
Ew.
You know what the rear end is, right?
Yes, I do.
Kim quickly corrects Usman. It's like, oh, you mean you'll owe me. So I think there's probably a saying like, oh, you'll get it in the rear, which means like I'll follow up and I'll give it to you at a later date.
Whatever they do, I don't need to know any deeds.
Yeah.
So who knows?
Who knows? Well,
who knows how he's using the yam?
Speaking of rear ending, they're gonna go karting.
And we learned that Kim is very adventurous. And correct me if I'm wrong, but did she say she jumped out of a plane 72 times when she was with the military?
Yeah, we know she was in the military. We learned that.
Yeah, but I thought she was like a secretary or like
How dare you?
Well, I just thought, no, secretary, but like an administrative assistant.
How dare you, Teresa?
That's really what I thought.
You're so...
That's what my dad was when he joined the military for a couple of months.
Well,
he didn't fight.
No.
He was a secretary.
I don't know that Kim fought. I forget. She may have. But you still do training and
you jump out of a plane 72 times?
Yeah.
Jesus, I would never do that.
No, she's a brave woman. She's an adventurous woman. And she takes that competitive and adventurous spirit to this racetrack, which I thought looked cool. This looks like a cool go-karting track.
Yeah.
Love to go-kart. And we see them. They have some fun. Kim won the race. I feel like she should have bet. They should have bet. If I win, you give me the yammy.
I think she won because maybe he let her. Who knows?
No, I don't think so. I don't. You think Usman's a gentleman? You think the guy who's like, I'll give you the yammy, I'll give you the fertilizer. You think he's like, and I'll also let you win? No. He puts himself first.
Well, that's probably true. I like that they gave them those tiny hats for the helmets.
That seems sanitary.
Yeah, because that's my biggest issue with go-karting. I would love to go.
Yeah.
But I just don't want to use anyone's helmet.
I've never gone to a track that required a helmet, which means I think I've only raced slower cars. But yeah, like those official ones.
Yeah, I would love to go. It looks fun. I like to drive, but I have a problem with the helmet.
We can go. We'll do it.
Maybe we could sanitize it.
We'll go. So they finish the race. They sit down to talk about meeting the fam. And Kim says, I feel a lot of pressure that I have to convince Usman's mom that I'm the one. You don't have to. Good news, Kim. You don't have to because you're not the one. You're like one of 3. You'll be one of 4, maybe. You're not the one.
If BGL convinced mom,
yeah,
you're good.
Yeah, you're good.
You're good.
You're good.
That was, remember, we memed it. There was the time that BGL looked like the E.T.
Yeah, with the blanket.
With the blanket on her head.
Yeah.
That was her meeting the mom.
Big hit. So then Kim asks about where this hypothetical second wife is going to live.
Yeah, so she's kind of spoiling the situation because I think Usman is nervous. He keeps saying, no, let's just enjoy the time in the city. I don't want to think about the future because he knows that it's not going to be that easy. One failed marriage to an American older woman, right? She cannot have kids, so all right. It's not going to go as well, and he knows it, and he just wants to enjoy this. But Kim wants to know what's going to happen with the second wife, and we learned that she's no sister wife. No sister wife.
Which is a disappointment to all of us. We want that crossover. But I still can't figure out the logistics of this, really.
Well, she thinks that they're going to live together.
Who?
Usman and her, but she's going to be half and half between Nigeria and San Diego.
Okay.
She's going to be coming and going. And the mother of his child is going to live in another city, like farther from them.
Yeah,
that's her idea.
This is crazy to me. She doesn't ever want to see the other wife.
Yes.
And she thinks she has the right to say where the other wife should live.
And more so, if the other wife is going to have his kid, he should probably live with the other wife and come to Kim whenever it's her turn.
It just seems like Kim's not really okay with a second wife. She's more okay with a surrogate. That's
She's
what she wants.
absolutely not okay. She said it. I'm not a sister wife. I don't want to know anything about this woman. What's his name? Usman.
There you
I have
go.
these moments. Usman is like, what are you talking about? You're going to share the D. You're going to share the yam.
I got enough fertilizer to spread around.
And that just killed it for Kim because she doesn't want to think about it. She's like, I'm going to have to sanitize it.
But don't you think they should just get a surrogate? Forget a second wife. That's such a commitment. Just get a surrogate. He can impress. Even say, I know this is not normally how surrogacy works. Normally it's more medical, more scientific. I'm going to let you bang her this time. We're actually going to, there's going to be a sexual act. You'll bang the surrogate. The surrogate gets pregnant. Boom. Everybody wins.
But who's going to raise the kid? Kim said she's done raising kids. She has a kid, been there, done that. She does not want to do it. She said it at the beginning that that's why she's okay that he's going to have a kid somewhere else, but she doesn't want to have anything to do with it, including the wife.
This plan is not as ironed out as they think.
Oh, it's not at all.
They think it is. Yeah,
No.
she's just infatuated with the idea of Soulja Boy right now.
Yeah, yeah.
She is clearly not okay with the wife, and now you're saying she's not even okay with having a kid. That kid would technically be her son. It's crazy.
Yeah, so no, she wants to live with Usman, having a fun life. And if he goes to see the kid a couple of days a week for an hour or two, that's perfect.
Interesting. All right. Well, I don't think it's going to work out like
It's
that.
not gonna fly. Let's just be honest right here. Kimberly, it's not gonna fly.
He's going to have hoes in different area codes, as the
yeah.
song goes.
Oh, it's a Panda
I've
song.
got hoes. No, it's not. I've got hoes in different
Isn't it like I've
area
got hoes
codes.
in Atlanta?
No. Oh, that's I got bras in Atlanta.
Oh, not hoes?
That's the Panda.
Yeah.
No, I'm singing Ludacris area codes.
Oh.
You don't know that song?
No, I don't.
Ooh, that's a jam. All right. Anyways, this idea is ludicrous. I don't think it's going to work out, but it's entertaining, so we'll stay tuned.
It sure is.
All right. I think we need to take a quick break right now. We talked a lot about some by the ways. We talked a lot about Kim and Usman. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to meet some old favorites and introduce a new one to the season. All right.
New one, but not to 90 Day.
Not at all. All right. We'll be back in a second. And we're back.
Hello, Jonathan.
Hello, Teresa. How are you?
I'm good. How's it going?
Not too bad. I'm looking at my notes here. This next segment was pretty quick.
Nothing happened. Let's talk about it real quick because it's Jenny and Sumit.
Are they back at their other apartment
Yes.
now? They're
it's
living the
very
best life.
It's very green.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Very nice. And before, wherever they lived was the very city, like just houses and a crazy traffic and a dust. Just dust.
Sumit needed to use a leaf blower to clean up the place.
But this is like an oasis. They're going on a walk. Everything's green, palm trees, grass. I'm like, where are they?
Beautiful, yeah. So the scenery may be beautiful, but between Jenny and Sumit, things are a little tense still. Because they got in that big fight. Anil and Sadhna lost their shit after they found out that Sumit was married to Jenny. And so they need to go smooth things out and figure things out between them. And so they go for this walk and they talk.
Yes, and it's all good. Jenny explained why she got mad. It was because she felt like he's not there for her. And Sumit explains to her that it was just it was a reflex.
A reflex? Acid reflex?
It was a reflex.
Asshole reflex?
Yes.
Coined it.
Why did I say reflex? It was a reflex to go after his parents to make sure they're okay. And he apologizes. She apologizes. No regrets. Hug it out. It's all good.
Who do you think's in the right and in the wrong here? Because I see what Jenny's saying. She wanted more from Sumit. Sumit wanted more from Jenny. Like, to me, Sumit's wrong when he's saying, oh, you didn't comfort me enough. I needed you to be there to comfort me because my parents were so upset.
Well, yes, but he also, before that, she asked her not to say anything. She didn't know what was going on. How could she comfort him if he didn't tell her what just happened. I mean, he slowly did, but she was sitting there like an idiot, not knowing what's going on.
Yeah.
And the parents got pissed and he ran after them and she was left out alone. And then he comes back, they fight, and he's like, oh, I don't feel your support. It's like, well, just tell her what's going on.
Yeah. Yeah. I think he was a little wrong for running after his parents and leaving Jenny
I
there.
think he just should have been, Jenny, I'm sorry, I'll explain everything to you. Let me try and talk to my parents and walk away. I think that would be okay.
Yeah.
The fact that he stood up and ran after them without saying or looking at Jenny at all, that was wrong. Like, if I was Jenny, I would be like, are you serious? Like,
Right.
this,
Especially because she was sitting there the whole time not knowing what the conversation was.
Yes.
So he leaves her and she's still confused as to what was said. She can decipher that it's not good, but still doesn't. If the parents leave and you're running out after your parents and I don't know what was said, I'm sitting there feeling worse than ever because I'm upset, I'm confused, I'm alone. So yeah, he should have done a better job explaining what was going on, explaining where he was going, and then I think it would have been okay.
Yes, whatever I said, I think would have been an okay scenario if he explained quickly to Jenny what happened and said, I'll be right back.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
But they hug it out, it's all good. But one thing, Jenny will never understand the Indian culture. That's what Sumit says. She will never understand how important the family is.
Yeah.
That family is everything for Sumit, and now he has nothing.
Family's everything. And I think it also goes a step further in that, you know how there's that saying, oh, I can't love you unless I love myself.
Yeah.
I feel like I can't be happy with you unless my family is happy with you. It's not enough to just love who you love. You need your family. You need your circle to love that person too. That's how this culture sounds to me. Otherwise, you can't be fully happy.
Yes, and he broke it, and that's good. But I feel like it's
I don't think he did.
He married Jenny.
I
He's
know.
still with Jenny.
But how long did it take for him to marry her? He's clearly still prioritizing his parents over her sometimes. So I don't think he fully broke it.
No, he didn't fully break it, but he's getting there. He couldn't marry her earlier because he was married.
True.
Let's not forget. But he's trying, and I get it. It's a culture, and right now he's being disowned. And it's not even, you can even say, oh, you'll make your own family because it's just Jenny and him. Jenny cannot give him kids, and Jenny's way older than him. So he's going to struggle.
Well, to that point about family and Jenny, she makes a very good argument when she says, I'm all alone here in India. So, Sumit, you may feel like, oh, your family disowns you. You have nobody. They're a hop, skip, and a jump away. You can hop in a car and go see them. I am alone. I don't have anyone here. So I need you more than ever. So while I think the husband should be there for the wife no matter what, I think even more so in this instance because she's got nobody.
Very true. Very true.
All right.
We'll see how these people will end up. I mean, they're finally married, right?
Yeah.
And I think Shaeeda and Anil will get over themselves. I think that's gonna be the drama trying to get them accept Jenny.
I don't know. Where does it go from here? I think it's Jenny trying to move to the States because she's not getting accepted.
True.
Which I don't blame her.
I don't blame her either.
He needs to be removed. Sumit needs to be removed from his parents because he's got to break free from that mental grasp that they have on him so he can fully love Jenny. Because I think he wants to, but he's got his family in the back of his mind all the time.
He wants to, but he's not going to because it's his family. And
out of sight, out of mind. So if he moves to the States, I think he's going to be able to free up some bandwidth to love her.
I'm sure he would be able to, but I don't think he's going to. And quickly back to when you said, oh, is his family's holding him back because they don't approve Jenny, right? It's similar, I think, in every culture, even in the US, right? If your parents said, oh my gosh, like, why are you dating Teresa? She's not good for you. She's not good. She's not a good person. She's blah, 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 blah.
How do you know what my parents said about it? My dad was drunk when he said that, okay?
All right. If they kept saying this to you over and over and over, and your friends might be like, oh, I don't think Teresa is like right for you.
Yeah.
You would not propose to me because it would get to you. Unless there was
probably.
nothing wrong with me and your family just would be crazy, like Sumit's family, but they have their thing is that she's old, right? For us, there would be probably nothing, but people would get to you.
I think so. I
and
think
that's the
so.
same with Sumit.
But that's a very individual feeling. In my case, I think in the States, not everyone has the same relationship with their parents and don't value their parents' opinion as much as I value mine. So I don't think it's an American thing. I think it's a case-by-case thing. Whereas it seems like in India, this is just the culture, no matter what. I think everyone respects their parents' opinion. Not everyone, of course. We can't blanket statement like that. But I think it's much more common. It seems like that anyway, that you just respect your parents' opinion and what they say goes. America, not so much.
Yeah, all I'm saying is like, not that they would. And guys, a full disclosure, me and John's parents are besties, but
They like Teresa more than they like me.
they love Teresa. But I was just saying it as an example. I'm not saying they would try to stop you. That's not what my point. My point
I
was
know.
that as they would repeat it, you would start thinking, all right, like my parents don't like her and my friends don't think she's right for me. Maybe she's not.
I get that. I'm saying I really value my parents' opinion.
Yes.
So if they said that, I would think long and hard about it. I think some other families would be
Got
like,
it.
Classic dad. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Got it.
He's a drunk. He's an it. Like, I don't. So sure, I would listen to my parents, but I'm just saying in India, it seems like most people listen to their parents.
Yes,
All
I
right.
see that. Okay.
Let's move on to a parent that nobody should listen to.
Let's talk about our old couple. Old couple being they've been on the show for a long time.
Okay.
It's Angela and
Michael.
our neighbors are gonna love that we covered this season.
I think since the last time I said Michael, we've had a couple probably new tenants move in next to us. So I think it's like,
And they'll
what
be
is-
like, what? They're gonna think like,
what is
oh
going
my
on?
gosh, like,
Let's go.
what is the Michael doing?
What
That
did
they
Michael
yell
do?
at him so much.
Poor Michael. Why does he only get in trouble on Mondays?
But we see a brand new Angela. She dropped all the weight. We've seen her. Was she on the Single Life? No.
No.
It was Happily Ever After.
It must
think.
have been.
Yeah, she dropped all the weight, right? She looks good.
Yeah. She looks
And we see her doing yoga. But
better. Shout out to that Coke
But-
sponsorship. Most people do get skinnier when they do Coke. Angela's a different type. It's a different type of Coke, and she brought it right there, right next to her mat.
she's doing yoga with her American flag nails and a bottle of Coke.
I thought she was gonna finish downward dog and light up a cigarette right there. But good for her. At least she's trying. There's
True.
probably plenty of people would go, I did the surgery. That's it. I'm done. No, Angela, I'm done. No, Angela's like, I'm gonna keep doing healthy things. She's on her journey.
Well, don't praise her that much because she so smokes. But
Fair enough.
the yoga instructor is like, well, we typically drink water in yoga.
Yeah, Angela's probably like, this is like 90% water.
She's like,
10%
this
syrup.
is my water. It's like, okay.
Baby
Okay.
steps.
Baby steps.
She turns everyone into her therapist, and you'll see it throughout this episode. I'm sure we'll see it throughout the season. Angela turns everyone into her therapist. I feel like she doesn't even have an actual therapist.
Should have
She
one.
just the cashier at the supermarket, the lady at the nail salon, her yoga instructor, her lawyer. She gets very deep and detailed with everyone, and she starts here talking about Michael and how Michael's stressed me out, and so that's why I put a lot of weight on. So then I had the weight loss surgery and a breast reduction surgery, and I lost a lot of weight, but Michael didn't support it because he couldn't pull on my breast the way he liked anymore. And and we get a flashback to Michael being all upset because Angela only has triple D's now.
He was so mad over her boob reduction surgery. It was ridiculous. But we see Angela 2 years ago when she went to Nigeria, when they got married and all that. She really dropped the weight.
Yeah, she's doing good.
Yeah.
She's doing good. I don't think her attitude or her personality has taken a turn.
No,
for the
that
better.
definitely did not. She's classic Angela, but
she looks healthier. Her
Yes.
behavior is just as dysfunctional, though.
she should drop the cigarettes too. Coming from a former smoker, it's way healthier.
Yeah, drop the soda too.
Yeah, just drink sparkling water instead.
So delicious. So apparently Michael's still acting shady, right? This is the same storyline. You know it, you love it. Michael's acting shady. He's not calling Angela enough. He even reactivated his Instagram and then blocked Angela.
Yes. So speaking of a healthy relationship, am I right?
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Angela's whole theory is, well, he got Instagram. He must be talking to other women. And okay, maybe he is.
Wait, they shared Instagram. What happened to that?
He reactivated his own.
Oh.
And so now she thinks, okay, maybe he is talking to other women. Maybe he is scamming me. For the first time, she thinks maybe he's scamming me. But she's all upset over Michael maybe talking to women on Instagram. She's definitely talking to men on TikTok.
She sure is. And I think she's freaked out by Michael scamming her is because apparently, as you said, they don't talk as often. And when they do, he asks about the visa and the money.
Oh,
He
yeah.
wants money and he's asking, like, when am I coming to America?
Yeah, we learned that later is he basically was bribing, blackmailing, saying, I'll deactivate Instagram for $5,000.
Oh, Michael.
But we cut to a new scene. After the whole rant of Michael talking to other women, we cut to Angela FaceTiming another man.
Billy, a painter, a former stripper from Canada.
There's that sexy body.
So apparently, Angela commissioned a painting from Billy.
When I look at Angela, I go, now there is an appreciator of the arts. Now there is someone who probably has a lot of original artwork in her home.
Did you by any chance look Billy up? Because I didn't. I wish I did.
No, but I feel like you know how some people hand paint?
Yeah.
He probably dick paints.
paint?
Yeah, that's probably what she wanted.
Well, yeah. So that's how they met. And now they became friends and they dance on TikTok.
Billy, a.k.a. the original thief of hearts.
Well, they've never met in person because Billy is in Canada. But Angela is asking if, like, would it be okay if I, like, come to Canada?
How about they've never met in person because Angela's married?
True.
Let's not forget she married Michael in an
Yes.
African ceremony.
And the visa process, the spousal visa process is in the works. And
True,
as we
true.
learn later, it might happen any day. So what are you doing? I guess she's just hurt if Michael doesn't talk to her as often and only asks for money, blocks her on social media that he's not supposed to even have, right? I think she's getting pissed. And we know that if anyone can get pissed on 90 Day,
Yeah.
it's Angela.
Here's the thing. Billy is from Canada. And if Angela and Billy got together, that'd be more authentic than Little Perv and Liz. So I would watch that
Yes.
on 90 Day.
At least he's from Canada, outside of the United States. He still needs visa to come here.
Yeah. I don't think there's ever been someone from Canada.
I
There
don't
has
want to
been.
see anyone from Canada. It's so close.
Laura is originally from Canada,
Yeah.
but was in the States, but still.
Well, she lived in Florida, so she was considered American. I think she is
Right.
an American with all Canadian roots or Canadian passport as well.
But there's never been, someone from Texas wanting to marry someone from Montreal.
Because it's so easy. Like, I think Canadian.
But there's been Mexico. There's been Mexico and America, John and
True.
Fernanda.
I guess I just would feel like, oh, you shared the language. You
Right,
sound
right.
almost the same.
Right. Just too polite.
At least British people have the accent.
That's the thing. Speaking of polite, Canadians, let's just stereotype here. Canadians are generally thought to be very nice people. if I was a very nice person, I wouldn't want anything to do with Angela, who is
very
anything.
true.
She's going to berate him and yell at him, and it's going to be terrible.
Yeah, and she probably still smells like a bag of cigarettes. So,
Oh, for sure.
Because we see it. They finish talking, and the first thing Angie does is she lights up a cigarette.
Of course.
And then she gets emotional. I don't think we've ever really seen her emotional. I mean, a few times, but she's like, I'm old. I don't have time to spend on Michael. I don't have time to wait for Michael. Like, and she was genuinely emotional.
Yeah. So much so that seems like she's entertaining the idea of another man.
Yeah.
Even though she's married. Could you imagine? I hate hypocrisy, so you have to call it out. Could you imagine if Michael was doing a similar thing? She would lose her shit.
She would literally rip his dick off.
Yes.
Like,
And then
by
paint with it.
Yeah. So, okay, speaking of Michael, let's visit Lou, the lawyer.
This is a returning face, right?
Isn't he like a generic lawyer? Like, he's not an immigration lawyer.
No, he is. I looked him up.
Is he?
Pretty sure he's immigration.
I
Yeah.
thought he was like a general lawyer that you go to and he can help you with anything minor.
No, I think he's immigration.
All right.
I looked him up
Maybe
'cause-
he upgraded himself.
Well, he's got experience now. He's
Well, that's
known.
true.
He's got PR for being an immigration lawyer, so it'd be smart to.
And he's not
focus.
only an immigration lawyer.
He's a therapist.
He's a therapist and he does not like it.
It's just so crazy. I feel like she treats everyone like, you know what, Michael's pulling some shady shit. I'm gonna go talk to my mechanic. Like everything is. She should go see a real therapist.
Yeah, but like she comes there. Usually you go to see an immigration lawyer if you have issues with your case or you don't know what's going on.
Right.
But Angela walks in and she's like, Michael and I are not getting along. I feel like he's been scamming me. It's been 5 months since he said I love you. He doesn't ask me to show him my boobs. We don't no more phone sex. And
Lou's
Lou's
face.
just like
Lou's face. But not saying you love someone in 5 months is pretty telling.
that's bad.
That's very, very bad.
I would be mad at you if you didn't say it like once a day.
I say it
At least once a day.
all the time.
All the time.
But yeah, Lou's just like, be careful not to read too much into things.
But he's also like, people confuse me with a therapist, and I don't need to hear all these personal details.
So Angela's like, well, he reactivated his Instagram and I asked him to take it down and he said, send me $5,000, I'll take it down, which is like, this is extortion. I don't even think Lou knows what Instagram is. He's like,
I was thinking
now, is that like PowerPoint? Is that on American Online? What is this Instagram you talk about?
Yeah, so he knows all the deeds. And Angela kind of mentions pulling the visa, and Lou's like, that's a little drastic because it's been 2 years. That's more or less the timeline.
Right.
So he can get approved any day.
And if you pull it
That's it.
and then regret it and go, my bad, let's get it going again, it's going to be
It's gonna
just
take
as hard, if not.
5+ years, because
not
they're gonna
harder.
question. They're gonna question
Yeah,
like,
why did you
you
pull
were
it?
almost there. You tried so many. Remember, like they tried before. He got denied several times. Like, it would be
Right.
so bad.
Right. And so Lou's like, yeah, wouldn't go that far, drastic measure. I think you're probably going to get it soon. He could come anytime. And Angela's like, I don't know if that's good news or not. And Lou says, Lou must be a big Below Deck fan. Because Lou hits us with, well, Taga can't change his stripes.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Yeah. Well, it was great when you said it. It's my favorite Below Deck line ever. Taga can't change his stripes. And so now Angela's torn. Do I pull the application? Do I not? Time is running out. Tigers can't change their stripes. Lions and tigers and bears, oh my, what to do?
She should not. Let Michael come here. I want to see Michael in rural Georgia. I would love that.
Me too.
Yeah, because that's not the America he imagines. I think a lot of people imagining America, and I said it before, like the New York, Miami, LA, like the fancy big cities from the movies, Chicago, right?
Not the sticks.
Not Hazelhurst, Georgia.
Hazelhurst, more like Hazel Worst. Going home.
It's not even Atlanta. I guess at least Atlanta would be like semi-okay, I
We
guess.
like small town America, though. We love small town America.
Oh, we do, but
we know what it's all about.
But I'm telling you, if a foreigner comes to America,
Right.
you want to see the big city. Speaking from a freaking experience.
For sure. All right. Well, let's move on to another couple you can speak from experience.
Let's do it. Let's talk about Jovi and Yara. And Mama Gwen makes an appearance.
Shout out to Mama Gwen. We love Mama Gwen. We know the relationship had some ups and downs. They got into quite an argument because Mama Gwen wasn't as present as Jovi and Yara wanted.
And so they talk about it. They go on this boat cruise.
What was this a boat tour of? There was
New Orleans?
no, there was 0 sights. I was like, what is this even?
Well, you can get on a river cruise and just drink.
It looked like they were just staying in port. I guess the drinks are the main attraction.
Yeah, yes, we used to do it around Manhattan, but I guess it's Manhattan.
Yeah, you see the Statue of Liberty, you see the World Trade
not
Center.
even. You remember the lobster boat we used to take from the west side? It goes up to
That was
George
a
Washington
That was
Bridge.
a restaurant, though.
Yeah, but we went for drinks. The
Right.
lobster boat was for free. You bought the drinks. It went up to George Washington Bridge and went down.
Okay. All right.
So this was maybe a similar style river cruise.
All right. Any place you can drink, Jovi's in. So.
Oh, Javi's loving it. But
I'll get drinks.
Yara confirmed what I said. Eastern or like European grandmothers are so involved.
Yeah.
And that's what she expected. And that's what I would expect. I mean, I know now, so. But I think your mom is very hands-on
My mom's
too.
probably Eastern European the way she's so
Sure,
attentive.
but like for me, my mom would literally dump me in my grandparents' house on Friday and pick me up on Monday since I was a kid.
Yeah.
Or my grandma would pick me up from school every single day, and then I was hanging out at her house until the evening when my parents picked me up. Like my grandparents were so hands-on. Every summer, my mom would drive me to grandma's house, and I was there for a month, and then another month in the other grandma's house. My parents came and went, but they weren't there all the time. Like I was with my grandma 24/7. That's not happening in America. Not even your mom, who is very hands-on, would do that.
No, and I appreciate Yara owning up to it
Yes.
and recognizing, okay, it was my mistake. I grew up in a place where grandmas are always
Yes,
there.
same.
And I appreciate when people can realize, you know what? Not everyone's the same. Not every place is the same. And it doesn't have to be my culture's the best and it should be my way even when I move to another country. You got to embrace the country you're in. And I appreciate when Yara can say that.
Yes, and I agree with her on everything because it's the culture. And you can see it with my grandma. Whenever we go to Czech, she's there. It's not like, oh, we go and visit my grandma for a day or so.
Yeah.
She's there 24/7 with us to enjoy.
Right. And so then everything gets smoothed over, easy peasy, no problems. Mama Gwen asks how Yara's family is doing. And Yara says her visa interview is canceled. So she couldn't visit. So it's been 3 years since she's gone home and seen her family. Obviously misses her family. Obviously misses her culture.
And this is right before the whole Ukrainian war happened. But it was at the time that people were speculating about it.
There was talk.
There was talk. But what I don't understand about Mama Gwen is because we learned that Yara's mom actually lives in Prague, the Czech Republic. Woo-hoo.
Shout out to the Czech Republic.
Yeah.
I know someone from there. Yeah, just out of nowhere, Yara was like, my mom lives in Czech Republic. And it just kind of like kept going. I was like, wait, what?
Well, a lot of Ukrainians or like other countries do live in Czech. They work there and then they go back several times a year back to, let's say, Ukraine. People
Yeah.
from outside of the EU. Like my mom's masseuse is from Ukraine, right? And then now he's there permanently, I guess, because of what happened. But before, he used to come, worked for a few months and went back home. That's how he made more money.
Right. Right.
So maybe that's what Yara's mom is doing because she said she has a house back in Ukraine but works and lives in Prague.
I wonder what she does.
I don't know what she does. Who knows? And Mama Gwen is like, yeah,
But she must speak Czech or English.
maybe a broken Czech.
Yeah, because
I mean, the languages a lot of people in the I don't want to say old. Well, the older generations,
Russian.
maybe my parents' generations, like 50 plus, they had to learn Russian in school.
Yeah.
Like we learned English,
Yeah.
they learned Russian.
Right.
So a lot of these guys understand.
Right. That's a good point. I'll be interested to
yeah.
see more of Mama Yara.
Oh my gosh, I want them to go. But Mama Gwen needs to watch the news a little better because she's like, oh yeah, I would not go there right now. It's like, why? The Czech Republic has nothing to do with the Ukrainian war. We're not even bordering Ukraine. I get it, Yara is from Ukraine, but I think she's trying to go to Czech to visit her mom.
Yeah, I never told you, but when we went to Czech in July,
Yeah?
we went, no one said anything.
Yeah.
We came back, and then I was talking to people, and they were like, yeah, I wouldn't have gone
Really?
if I were you.
Why?
Yeah, and one
Who
person
said that? You tell me later.
Well, one person who's a travel agent
Yeah.
was like, I wouldn't have gone if I was, because they were like, I was thinking of going to, it wasn't Czech, but it was a bordering country, and they're like, yeah, I didn't think it was a smart idea. I'm sure a lot of people, when we said we were going, didn't think it was a smart idea, but
Why
again,
not?
it's a separate country.
It's not even bordering, and this is the thing. Czech Republic is not on the border with Ukraine, and Czech Republic is in the EU and in NATO.
Yeah.
If something happened, even Poland or
Yeah.
Slovakia, if something happened to those countries, it wouldn't even get to Czech. It would be a third world war.
Oh, yeah.
So
I mean, it's better to stay further from conflict, but
I
it was
agree,
perfectly
but
fine.
I'm
you,
telling
never
you.
knew there was a war going on.
No, you don't feel it in Europe. My parents feel it because my mom is a principal of middle school and elementary school, and they accepted a decent amount of Ukrainian kids and women.
Yeah.
And so she feels it, but she feels it as a, let's help them out. She doesn't feel it as, but
Well, you feel the financial burden.
well,
of
I
it
was just going to
because-
say, because everything got so expensive in Europe. My dad was just telling me that his utilities, my parents' utilities, doubled within the past 6 months.
Yeah.
There are going to be families they won't be able to afford it. And now they're saying, oh, whoever makes this amount of money, they can ask the government for a financial support. But this is crazy. It's unbelievable how expensive everything is.
Yeah, it's gone on for too long. Obviously,
Yes.
that doesn't need to be said. It should have never gone on in the first place, but it's crazy that it's going on this long. Okay, new night, Jovi and Yara at home. And Jovi's got some breaking news. Not only did Jovi feel the need to do this whole song and dance over, so sit down, I know you're sitting down, I have big news. Like, I think it was messed up because he shouldn't have opened up her mail in the first place.
No, you shouldn't. I would be mad at you if you opened up my mail.
Especially
Yeah.
a piece of mail like that. It's not like, oh, you got mail from Geico. I know
mean-
what it's going to be.
Well, yeah, we share Geico, but I opened your Costco mail because you don't.
Right.
But we share our Costco
This is
membership
going to say
too.
UCIS.
USCIS.
USCIS.
Yes.
You know you're waiting on something. It's one of the biggest things in an international couple's
Oh
journey.
my gosh.
And you'd probably want to open it up together. It'd be like if my parents opened up my college acceptance letter. Right? Hey, John, you got in. Okay, thanks. Right? So Jovi opens it up and he's like, all right, we have the interview. It's on. It's scheduled. And we got to get ready for it.
Well, no, for us, it's like, it's your green card.
Right.
That's not it. It's your green card interview. I'll tell you what, if you are a real couple and you can prove it by talking about yourself, mostly the American person has to do it, then you have nothing to worry about it, right? You literally have nothing to worry about. Even if they said, oh, during the interview, they can say, yeah, there are a few things missing. We need to dig deeper, right?
Yeah.
They might come and show up at your door. Like if they see that you live together and all that, you will get it. So
we
they
can
are
only speak
good.
from our experience, and we do have friends who went through similar things. And yes, you're not going to, it's very rare that you would get denied on the spot.
Yes.
If you're a real couple.
Yes, but
Yes.
they might if they feel like, yeah, this is something is a little fishy, they might separate you,
Right.
and then you would get interviewed by yourself, and then they would try to see if you know the other person.
Yeah. That
didn't happen to us.
Didn't happen to us when they're freaking out. Oh, you don't know my favorite color. Or what's your favorite? Yes, we did go over that because better safe than sorry. You want to be prepared for anything. Oh, what color is her toothbrush? What side of the bed does she sleep on? You go over it because they could ask you. But our experience was we literally went into a room. We, ahead of time, were like, well, let's both talk. Let's show each other that. Let's show them that we love each other so much. Teresa tried to talk after being asked.
Well, first of all, because like when we go anywhere, we sit next to each other. We usually hold hands. Like we're very affectionate between the two of us, right? Not annoyingly affectionate, just beautifully affectionate, right?
Yeah.
So we're like, okay, we'll just sit down, hold hands, whatever we always do. We get to the room and they were like, you sit over there next to your lawyer. And Joel was sitting all the way on the other side of the room.
I had nobody.
And yeah, then the agent started asking questions and I tried answering and he's like, not you, you don't talk.
Yeah, I think it was like, so where'd you guys meet? And you started to talk and he was like, no, him.
Yes.
And I didn't understand it at first. I was like, why wouldn't you want to hear from Teresa? And the agent said no because, well, he didn't say no because, but he was like, no, I just want to hear from you. And it's got to be because, of course, you want the green card.
Yeah.
You're going to do whatever you can. If you were scamming, you're going to say how much you love me and how perfect I am and how happy we are. And you'll know all the answers because you studied. But if you're a real couple, or if you're scamming, I guess I should say, then he wants to see if the sponsor has all the answers, if he's as excited.
Yeah, I forgot what did they ask us?
I think it was, where did you meet?
Yes.
And we told the New York story. Like, what was your first date?
Yes. And then you mentioned that you're from Connecticut. And he's like, oh my gosh, I'm from Connecticut. I'm like, okay, I'm here too.
And then I really can't remember any other questions then. Where'd you meet? Like, what city? What was your first date? What was your wedding celebration like? And we showed pictures and we had other evidence of letters written from our family. But it wasn't high pressure. It didn't feel high pressure. It was because at the end of it, he goes, okay, you're approved. Our fate was in his hands, but it wasn't, what's her favorite color? When's her birthday?
Yes.
It was more of a conversation.
But it could be that you never know. Also, it's almost like going to the DMV, right? Sometimes the agent is awesome. They're so nice. They take your photo and you look ridiculous. And sometimes they're like, no, next.
Yeah. Or it's like if you get pulled over for drinking, they're going to ask you a couple questions. Where are you coming from? How much did you drink? And if you answer those questions legit and don't seem like you're hiding anything, they'll let you on your way. If something seems fishy, get out of the car.
Yeah.
Walk the line. And so, yeah, as long as you're cool and playing by the rules and doing everything, it should be easy peasy.
Yes.
So, okay, she's got her interview set up. So she's got some big news. She wants to go tell her mom. She goes to a coffee shop to FaceTime mom. I think this is the first time we've seen any of her family.
I feel like we've seen her mom before. Maybe
I remember
not.
during the original season, we saw Julia's family.
Yes.
And I was like, we're not seeing any of Yara's family. What's going on with that?
I'm not sure. You might be right.
We see mom this time, Yara's FaceTiming. Did you see how much Instagram was blowing up her phone?
No, I did not.
Every time they cut to show Yara's phone, there was another Instagram alert.
Oh, really?
She probably just gets thousands of messages all day, every day.
Well, or likes. Like
Or
if
like,
you have it on.
I would turn that off.
Yeah.
I don't know how many followers she has, but
She has a good amount.
Hundreds of thousands.
Yeah, she has a good
I
amount.
would turn that off, but it just get every time ding, ding, ding. But she tells her mom about the documents.
Yes, I don't speak Ukrainian or Russian, but there's certain words that are very similar, right? So I can pick up on it. When she was talking about, she was telling mom that yes, like we need to come and see you, and she said, you can babysit, you can be our nanny.
Yeah.
She said you can be our free nanny.
Oh, really?
Yes, because that word is the same but very similar in Czech, and they didn't translate it.
We're getting the same storyline as Mama Gwen now. It's like, yeah, just take care of our kid for free. But mom's excited. She wants to see Mila, obviously.
She's never seen Mila.
No, she's seen Mila. She's never met Mila. And mom asks, well, do you want to go to Czech or Ukraine? And Yara says, I'll decide when it gets closer. And she asks, oh, what's the news in Czech? How does it sound over in Europe in regards to the war? And mom goes, The news here is saying there won't be a war.
Yeah, that was so sad in a way.
So
Because
sad.
my mom was like, yeah, that's not gonna happen. Ayara is like, we live in the 21st century. Like, it's a war that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, I wish
A couple
that was.
weeks later,
I wish that was the case.
I said the same thing. I felt like, I'm like, there's no way they're gonna repeat what happened 60 years ago when the Soviet Union occupied Czechoslovakia and surrounding states.
Right. What was your parents' take on it? How Yara's mom saying, "Oh, the news is saying there won't be a war." Were your parents?
They
thinking
thought
that too?
they were saying like there's no they didn't say there's no way, but they said hopefully this can be fixed somehow. But my dad was a little more skeptical, and he's like,
Yeah.
Putin's crazy,
Yeah.
and I can see him attacking Ukraine and basically declaring a war, and it happened.
Yeah. Very sad. Yeah, not happy about what's going on, but it will be nice to potentially see the Czech Republic this season.
Yeah, I
It'd
mean,
be
Czech
great.
Republic's fine.
It'd
so
be great
let's
if
go.
Yara could go to Ukraine, but
Yes.
we'll take some Czech Republic footage.
Of course, we'd love to see Czech Republic on TV.
Yes. All right, let's go to our last couple. One of the most infuriating couples.
All right, let's talk about Bilal and Shaeeda. They're
So-
home.
It's the morning after the big fight,
Mm-hmm.
right? They were at the coffee shop. Shaeeda came in. She was hot. But Bilal is angry with Shaeeda. I was confused as to why he was angry with Shaeeda on the drive home. I'm even more confused why he hasn't calmed down at this point. So he's giving her the silent treatment. Classic Bilal move.
Oh, classic Bilal.
The silent treatment. And Shaeeda, who I don't think was in the wrong at all, I don't think she did anything wrong at the coffee shop, is the one who's trying to be the bigger person, step up, and bring Bilal breakfast in bed to break the ice.
It was like a snack in bed.
It was just tea and grapes.
Yeah, it was this little snacky snack. But yes, and he's talking to her, but basically says he's mad at her because she doesn't know how to, what's the word? How to
Handle herself?
handle her anger in front of other people.
Well, he goes, "You're my wife. I expect the best from you. You really disappointed in me. You came with force." I don't see
I mean,
that.
she did, but
Did
so
she?
did Shaeeda. They both got into this argument. Honestly, if Shaeeda probably could have been a little cooler, but when
Shaeeda was one who was standing up, raising her voice, and putting her hands in Shaeeda's face.
Shaeeda started it.
I guess,
she,
but that whole reason they were there was to address
instead
that.
of sitting down and just kind of trying to clear the air, like, oh, how is it going? Anything new? How are the kids? Shaeeda literally, first thing she said, all right, so I felt attacked when you came to my home.
But I thought she said it in a peaceful way. I don't think she came on the attack. She came just expressing how she felt, which she should be able to do as an adult, especially if you're going to try to keep the peace and have this extended family with kids' mothers and kids, and you want to be able to get it off your chest and clear the air.
Yes, she wasn't being aggressive about it, but she kept calling Shaeeda a bully and all that kind of stuff. And Shaeeda got pissed. So I think they both were wrong. I think that whole conversation started on the wrong note.
Potentially. But if I had to be mad at someone, it would be Shaeeda. Bilal, for some reason, maybe because it's his ex-wife, he doesn't see any value in being mad at her. He wants to just focus his attention on Shaeeda.
Well, he's afraid that it might affect the kids, I'm telling you.
I get his reasoning. He tries to make it this big lesson. He's like, well, if it's not Shaeeda, it'll be someone else tomorrow. It'll be someone else the next day. You can't let other people dictate your behavior.
This is true.
It's true, but I don't think she did dictate Shaeeda's behavior. She came in the house, made her feel uncomfortable, got her in a vulnerable position where she was all alone, and presented this argument that shouldn't have been presented to her, at least not without Bilal being there. And that was unfair to Shaeeda. And so I could see why she would have an opinion on that.
But this is the thing, right? Shaeeda should have been the bigger person and just calmly say, hey, Shaeeda, like, thanks for coming. I just want to talk about what happened. I didn't like that interaction in the house, but let's just talk about it and let's move on. I don't want this to happen again. I don't think you were in the right. Like, she could have approached it very differently, but she was mad. I get it. I get why she was mad. Shaeeda should not have attacked her like that. Shaeeda shouldn't have even been in the middle of this discussion. That should have happened if she had any concerns between her and Bilal. But in the coffee shop, Shaeeda was a little aggressive.
Maybe. I don't think any more aggressive than Shaeeda, but you say, yes, the conversation should have happened. I agree. Shaeeda felt probably very alone because it was 2 against 1 in that argument. It was not just Bilal saying, get a prenup. Now we have Shaeeda saying, get a prenup. It's 2 against 1. It's just unfair to Shaeeda.
I get that. And I'm not saying that was right. That was not right. Shaeeda shouldn't have done that. I'm not taking her side. I mean, I'm not taking anyone's side. But in the coffee shop, if Shaeeda started this conversation on a little more positive note and just wanted to talk about it and move on, I don't think Shaeeda would get pissed. She gets pissed as a response to Shaeeda.
I think if Shaeeda brought up the topic, Shaeeda was going to get pissed. And I think it's okay for Shaeeda to be able to bring up that topic.
Yes, but not in... Listen, if you have any issues and you know that the other person's probably not going to be happy about it, but you want to discuss... And this is something you tell me too. You should be the bigger person.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But Shaeeda wasn't.
Maybe I'll go back and watch because we've discussed this now multiple episodes. I didn't think she came in with aggression. So maybe I'll have to go back and watch if you're saying it wasn't the nicest approach. Okay, if she came in aggressively, then I'm with you. She shouldn't have done that. But she should have been able to speak her mind.
Not aggressively as Shaeeda per se, but it was more aggressive than a regular conversation, right? And you want to voice your opinion, do it. But I'm telling you, the second you raise your voice or you get into this argument hot and heavy and you know that there is already something wrong, you're gonna get into a fight. It was expected.
Okay, help me understand this then, because maybe I heard wrong. Bilal, they're talking, Shaeeda, Bilal, and Shaeeda's saying, Shaeeda, she was aggressive. She had this energy. And Bilal goes, you think she's negative? I wouldn't have married her if she was negative.
I missed that.
Okay. And maybe I misheard, but I'm like, are you really trying to shine a positive light on your ex-wife to your current wife? But, I wouldn't have married her if she was negative. No, if your alliances are with anyone, your alliance should be with your current wife.
True.
Okay. So you didn't hear it. We don't have to belabor the point, but I thought that's what he said, and I couldn't believe it.
But now, Shaeeda is saying and doing what I feel bad partially because Bilal is being an asshole, but Shaeeda says, you know what?
Shaeeda,
damn it. Shaeeda says, if you want me to apologize to her, I'm going to be the bigger person and apologize. She shouldn't have apologized before, but she should have been the bigger person when it came to the argument and just be a little more chilled and just don't get mad. Just have a polite conversation, say what bothers you, say if you can move on. But the thing is, she went into the coffee shop wanting Shaeeda's apology. Like, that was a thing.
So you think Shaeeda was in the right with how she acted?
No, she wasn't.
So
But you know that every action has a reaction.
Yes.
That's what happened.
All right. Fair enough.
It's like if you slap someone, you're probably going to get slapped back.
Probably. I'm glad it didn't go that far. All right. That's it, right? That's the episode?
That's the app.
All right. Pretty good episode.
It was a decent episode,
Pretty good episode. I'm looking forward to this next one. Let's see what happens. Until then, make sure you guys are following us on Instagram at Married to Reality Pod. Make sure you're following the Patreon or get on that Patreon, patreon.com/married to reality. A lot of things happening over there. We have the Single Life, which is premiering Monday night tonight. That will drop Wednesday. Then every week after that, I think the goal is to drop it on Tuesday. So get on that, be a part of that. We have Married, Blind, Love, who knows what. Love is Blind after the altar.
So much.
That's coming. Patreon.com/married to reality. You're on the Instagram. You're following the podcast. It's so easy to do. You just got to look down and smash that follow button.
Guys, smash it like it's as hot as
the yummy.
Okay. Sure.
What were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say this season so far.
So far, so good.
So far, so good.
So
yeah.
far, so good. All right. Smash
John
it.
says the yummy. Let's do the
No,
yummy.
let's actually do a real one. Smash it like it's as hot as Kiki's review.
Yes!
What a hot review. Kiki,
What a hot
did
review.
you love me? Are you riding? Yeah, you are. All right, that's enough. We've said enough. Seriously, though, thank you, Kiki. We really appreciate it. We appreciate all you guys. Thank you for listening. We love you guys. We'll talk to you soon. Did you say it all?
I've said it all.
I said it all. We'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.